Good morning, everybody. It's only like the third time I've been up here in front of you guys, obviously. First time at this new place. I had a hard time trying to decide what I was going to speak about, but there was an upcoming event that I thought I would work into my little speech here. And so, first off, I got some scriptures. I want to talk about God's the beauty of nature, you know, the beauty of this great earth we have. And unfortunately, I didn't print anything out, but as you can see, you know, Genesis, of course, the creation story, and I pointed out, you know, verse 10, where God called the dry land earth, and the waters were gathered together and called seas, and God saw that it was good. And then later, you know, God saw everything He had made, and behold, it was very good. And on the evening, there was morning, and the sixth day. Then later in John, I found a verse that I liked. It was, all things were made through Him, and without Him, there was not anything that was made. And then later in Psalms, obviously the first part is not so pertinent to this, but where it mentions the heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims His handiwork. So again, this big, beautiful earth we have, you know, we might sometimes take for granted, but He made it, and it's a beautiful thing. And so I really want to talk about nature, because I just remember as fond memories as kids, you know, just growing up, and we just went camping all the time, like every summer for a couple of weeks, and just any time we could go. I think it was a kind of a tradition my grandparents had started with my mom, and then so she was passing it down to us to take us camping every year and just go out and do something during summer and just enjoy whatever places we could find, you know, within the state, you know, in Florida there. And so I actually have some pictures. They're all kind of dark, unfortunately. Obviously, they're really older pictures. You know, got my mom, my brother, and I. That's in the mountains in Georgia somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where we were at the time. This is my brother Randy and I, really young, so kind of dark though. And that little pup tent I actually still have. And actually, Abel slept in it a few years ago and got rained on up there in Silverwood. It's obviously really old. And then another picture really dark, but that's like a little lean-to canopy we set up, and we have like a little kitchen, makeshift kitchen we set up with, you know, Coleman stoves and stuff like that. And I remember a lot as a kid, we would go to these camping, and I guess the areas were safe enough, and of course these were older times. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Times were safer back then. Maybe people are a little more worried these days. I guess it depends on where you go. But our parents would trust us, at least me because I was the oldest, and I would be allowed to go walk on these like nature walks, just walk around because we're always in state parks or state forests, so it was like a safe place. It wasn't like just a random wilderness we would go to, obviously. So, you know, I'd take these walks to the woods, and it was great because I'd come across deer, I'd see like possums. In our campsite, we occasionally get raccoons and squirrels, and you know, obviously in Florida, unlike here, you had to sleep in a tent. You couldn't sleep outdoors because it was always wet, you know, a lot. And so you learn about insects, so there's always bugs and stuff. But you know, you took the good with the bad. There were snakes too, you know. So don't leave your tent unzipped at night, you know. But at least like here, you know, you guys have bears occasionally, so that's where you're at. So we didn't have any of that, you know. Alligators, they stayed in the water. We only did camp in like near rivers and stuff. So there were alligators. You go down to the shore and listen to the gators croak at night, and you see their glowing red eyes down there. But it was great. It was beautiful. And then another cool thing was growing up. We grew up in like the outskirts of our city that we were in, small town anyway. But so we were on like 2 acres or 1 acre of land, 2 or 3 acres, and so we had woods right there, right next to our house. And then you know, the road we were on was a dead-end dirt road. So I mean, you know, you had to go through some brush to get to the actual main street. You know, if you're walking on foot, you know, and drive down the dirt road around the corner to get to the main road. And it wasn't a heavily populated road, so it was quiet most of the time. And then in high school, we moved out in the middle of the woods. And unfortunately, I didn't get the pictures I wanted to put up there, but I had pictures of both locations. But and in high school, we lived out in the middle of farm country, kind of like where we are now, almost. Here, but because there was like 5 acres of land we lived on. Our next neighbor was another 5 acres away. So I mean, we had this huge space, you know. And then there was like horse farms and people planting crops, and it was great. And just nice to go out at night in the front porch and sit out in the chair and listen to the sounds of nature. No city, no roads. It was just hardly no lamps or street lights anywhere. And I just enjoyed that so much, and I used to just love having those peaceful times. And I even remember in high school. The pastor's daughter and son-in-law would come pick me up. They lived out near us, and they would pick me up on the way to church and take me into town. Because again, we were, you know, 30 minutes or a mile or an hour away almost, but it doesn't seem like far here. But back then it was far, especially out in the wilderness. You know, not like here. It's all city, so it's different. But yeah, so they would take us in, and I'd be outside waiting for them like 15 minutes early and just out there peaceful and just, it's just, communing with God basically. It's just thinking of this beautiful place that He made us. And so I also throw some other pictures in here. That's from Bali, Indonesia. Beautiful waterfalls, beautiful rivers, it's been made. I had some pictures of the Philippines. Unfortunately, I couldn't find them in a hurry to put them together. Some beautiful scenes in Russia. This was right out the back window of our place we worked at in Russia. The bottom one is a frozen lake during winter, actually. We were fishing, ice fishing. But those are beautiful. It's cold, but then there's a different kind of beauty in the coldness. You get used to the cold. And here you just think, oh, it's too cold, you can't enjoy it. But you get used to it, and you wear warm clothes, and it's just so beautiful. And then last March, I went home to Florida to visit. So I even went and spent like 2 hours at this little nature park in our hometown, and just walked around and saw the birds, the turtle. This was a bunch of caterpillars that were going to turn to butterflies. Just the intricate, all the webbing they designed. Instead of like a single cocoon, there was this big, huge nest. It was just like, wow, that's so cool. And then just all the Spanish moss and all the preserve in the background behind me. Just really cool. And then this would be from my trip this year up to Yosemite. And then I got Grand Canyon last year. That was really cool. Just beautiful things that God has made for us to view, and it's just so awe-inspiring. And then something a little closer to home. This is Eaton Canyon. So most people here know that. We've all been up there at least once or twice. And I'm actually working my way towards Central Point here. If people recognize that, that's actually San Clemente State Beach. And I wanted to point that out because, where is it? Here it is. 2013. I figured, why do a single announcement during announcements? I want to bring it up during this, because it's coming up, and in less than 2 weeks, we have to decide, we have to reserve this thing. So it's a matter of, people can just contact me, or I think the majority last year seemed pretty interested in coming back. So people that are interested can start coming and contacting me. Unless I hear otherwise, I'm probably going to go ahead and reserve it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go ahead. Our pastor says, okay, it's done. It's a $500 deposit. The site's $500 for 2 nights. So it's a big, only small reservation fee if you don't use it, but I just wanted to go ahead and throw it out there. Everybody start thinking about it, and they can start coming to me and giving numbers. I have to get with Susan, and I'll be the one organizing it, but I want to double check with her and how she did it last year with exactly how much she charged and everything. But it should be similar prices as last year. It shouldn't be too much. And if everybody pulls in together, we have a good crowd. It was a great time for those that did make it, which I think most people here did. But for those that did make it, it was a really beautiful time. If you can't handle sleep on the ground or sleeping on a air mattress, there is a hotel right next door. A lot of the congregation. There were a few people that used it last year. And then
Hey, you cheated too, Pastor.
So if you stay at the hotel and just pay a parking fee to come in every day. It's just it's fun to do those kind of trips. But sometimes you might forget about the whole nature part of it. Yeah, it's a hangout. It's time to hang out and have fun. We do that here. We can do that in Eaton Canyon, but to me this is different. It's not quite in the wilderness like Silverwood Lake, but you still have the beautiful beach, and there is some shrubbery and some mountain areas and stuff there. So you can kind of just sit around and go off by yourself or somebody something special and hang out and enjoy the God's beautiful earth that He made for us here. And so I think. And that was just one of our pictures from last year. So just, again, we had such a good time, there was quite a few of us. That wasn't everybody. There was the kids and some other families that already left before us with us. And yeah, it was a good time. And that's pretty much all I got to say, because now we're going to my